Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract wealth with almost magical ease? It's not about luck, inheritance, or influential connections. There's a hidden code, an invisible key that these people use every single day. And that key lies in the way they speak. Their words aren't just random sounds in the air. They are energetic commands, vibrations that shape their reality. What you say about money, success, and abundance is constantly programming your subconscious, and as a result, the universe around you. In this video, we're going to uncover what verbal reprogramming is and why it's the true hidden code of wealth. You'll understand how what you say determines what you attract, and more importantly, you'll learn how to replace a scarcity-based language with a language of prosperity. The way you speak about money is a direct reflection of your mental programming. Every time you say, "I can't," "That's too expensive," or "I never have money," you are sending a direct command to your subconscious, "Keep me in scarcity." And your mind, obedient as it is, will do everything it can to keep you exactly in that state. The vast majority of people use, without realizing it, a language that vibrates fear, limitation, and survival. And what do they get in return? More. Fear, more limitation, more survival. Now imagine replacing those phrases with affirmations like, "I'm finding new ways to grow financially," or "Money flows to me with ease." Sounds too simple? Well, it's exactly that simplicity that has the power to completely transform your financial reality. The universe responds to what you say with intention and frequency. Prosperous people speak differently. They don't use words carelessly. There's intention behind every sentence. They avoid placing themselves in the victim role and never verbalize scarcity as if it were part of their identity. Instead of saying, "I don't have money," they say things like, "That's not a priority right now," or "I'm creating the resources for that." They understand that every word spoken is a seed planted, and they harvest exactly what they speak. When we speak with emotion, we activate the subconscious mind, and it doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination. So, if you're constantly talking about debt, struggles, and limitations, you're creating a reality where those things repeat themselves. Verbal reprogramming starts with awareness of every word that leaves your mouth. Here's the most powerful point. What you declare most often and with the most emotion becomes a belief, and your beliefs shape your life. If you believe, through your words, that money is hard, dirty, or that it causes problems, your subconscious will block any attempt at financial expansion. But when you affirm that you deserve to prosper, that you're open to new opportunities, and that money is a positive energy of exchange and growth, you begin to align with the frequency of abundance. Words are commands, and the good news is, you can start reprogramming your mind today. Just change your language. Start by eliminating phrases like, "That's impossible," "Things never work out for me," or "I can't." Replace them with, "I'm learning how to make this work. Each day I'm getting closer to what I want. I am capable of achieving this." Let's do a practical exercise. For the next 3 days, carry a notebook or use your phone's Notes app. Every time you catch yourself saying or even thinking a negative phrase about money, write it down. Then, write a new phrase that represents the reality you want to create. For example, instead of "I can't afford this," write, "I'm creating ways to make this possible." Do this exercise with sincerity and intention. In a short time, you'll notice a significant shift in how you feel about money, and when your feelings change, your vibration changes. And when your vibration changes, your reality begins to transform. Now, let's talk about the words you need to avoid if you want to keep your abundance frequency high. Words like expensive, difficult, never, impossible, and I can't are vibrational anchors. They keep you stuck in a frequency of fear and limitation. Wealthy people avoid these terms because they know the subconscious takes everything literally. This isn't about blind positivity, it's about vibrational awareness. When you say, "That's impossible," you're closing doors. When you say, "I don't have," you're declaring an identity of lack. Instead, use phrases that open paths. What can I do to make this happen? How can I grow from this situation? I'm learning to expand my resources. Let's go further. Words like growth, investment, abundance, opportunity, expansion, and alignment are powerful reprogramming triggers. When spoken with intention, they instantly shift your frequency. And it's not just about saying them, it's about feeling them. When you say, "My money works for me," with conviction, your mind starts looking for ways to make that statement a reality. That's why repetition combined with emotion is the key. It's not enough to repeat words mechanically. You have to connect with the vibration behind what you're saying. Emotion is what stamps the command into your subconscious. Here's a powerful practice to activate your verbal wealth reprogramming. Choose 10 words that represent your new financial identity. For example, freedom, prosperity, abundance, contribution, growth, flow, fulfillment, impact, peace, multiplication. Write them on a piece of paper and place it somewhere visible. Read them out loud every day. But don't just read. Feel as if you're already living that reality. Imagine what you'd be doing, feeling and experiencing if those words were your daily truth. The more you repeat with emotion, the more your subconscious records and responds. Before we wrap up, repeat these affirmations out loud with me. My voice vibrates wealth. Money flows to me easily and frequently. My language attracts prosperity. I am worthy of abundance. Everything I say becomes a positive reality. Repeat these every day. Record them in your own voice. Listen to them when you wake up and before you go to sleep. That's the foundation of verbal reprogramming. Because in the end, the key to wealth is not outside. It's inside your mind, and it's expressed through your voice. If you've made it this far, you've already taken a fundamental step. You've become aware of the impact your words have on your financial reality. But now let's go deeper, because it's not enough to just know what to avoid. It's essential to understand what to replace, how to speak, and most importantly, how to think verbally like the wealthy do. There's a massive difference between the vocabulary of those who live in scarcity and those who live in abundance, and that's no coincidence. Prosperous people speak differently because they think differently, and they think differently because they verbally reprogrammed their subconscious. Let's now reveal the words millionaires avoid at all costs, and what they use instead to keep the wealth frequency always activated. First forbidden phrase, "I don't have money." This phrase, while it may seem like a simple statement of fact, carries a frequency of blockage and limitation. When you say, "I don't have," you're declaring absence as part of your identity. Prosperous people avoid this kind of statement and instead say things like, Right now, I'm choosing different priorities, or I'm creating strategies to make this possible. See the difference? One closes the door, the other keeps you in a state of action and creation. Second, destructive phrase, that's impossible for me. This is one of the most limiting statements out there. Not only does it declare scarcity, it kills creativity. The word impossible freezes the mind. Prosperous people know that the impossible is often just a matter of perspective, knowledge, or strategy. They replace it with empowering questions like, what do I need to learn to achieve this? Or who has already done this and what can I model from them? This simple shift turns a wall into a challenge, and challenges can be solved. Millionaires don't avoid obstacles, they study them, and it all starts with language. Third toxic phrase, I hate money. This may not always come out exactly like that, but it shows up in disguised forms like, money only brings problems, rich people are greedy, or I'd rather have peace than money. All of these statements, even when they seem harmless, repel wealth energy. Prosperous people have deep respect for money. They don't idolize it, but they don't demonize it either. They understand that money is a tool for expansion and freedom. So, instead of rejecting it, they affirm, I honor money as a tool for growth. That statement alone changes your vibration instantly. Fourth limiting phrase, I can't treat myself to that. Here, the problem isn't just in the I can't, it's in the underlying idea that certain pleasures, experiences, or investments are things you don't deserve. The word luxury in this context can mean anything. A trip, a nice dinner, a course, better clothes. When you say you can't, you're labeling yourself as unworthy. Prosperous people say instead, I choose to invest in what aligns with my growth. That small shift changes everything, from a victim of lack to a protagonist of choice, and perhaps the most toxic phrase of all. Rich people are bad. This judgment is one of the biggest prosperity blockers, because when you associate wealth with corruption, greed, or negativity, your subconscious hears, if I get rich, I'll be rejected. Result? It sabotages your growth, even if unconsciously. Prosperous people celebrate the success of others. They say, if it's possible for them, it's possible for me too. The way you talk about successful people shows how ready you are to become one of them. Judging wealth blocks yours, celebrating wealth attracts yours. Now that you know what to avoid, let's take the next step. Create your new abundance vocabulary. Write these words down and use them often, especially when talking about money, work, goals, and investments. Expansion, flow, alignment, contribution, opportunity, clarity, abundance, impact, freedom, multiplication. These words carry high vibration. When spoken with intention, they reprogram your mind and recalibrate your frequency. Say them out loud, daily. Imagine yourself living each of them. Feel what they mean to you, because more important than repeating is connecting. And here's another practical exercise to strengthen your verbal reprogramming. Record an audio of your own voice saying affirmations like, I am a magnet for opportunities. My energy constantly attracts prosperity. I am in tune with the frequency of wealth. Every word I speak brings me closer to the life I desire. I deserve and receive money with ease and gratitude. Listen to this audio every day, preferably when you wake up and before you go to bed. That's when your mind is most receptive, and the power of your own voice, filled with intention, has an impact far greater than hearing anyone else say it. Why? because your subconscious trusts you, and when you repeat with emotion, it accepts it as truth, and once it accepts it, it transforms that truth into behavior, attitude, and result. It's that simple. If you've made it this far, it's because you're committed to transforming your financial reality. So drop this in the comments. My voice vibrates wealth. Declare it. Own it. Feel that new vibrational identity. And if you know someone who needs to change the way they speak and live, share this video. In upcoming episodes, we'll go even deeper and reveal the words millionaires use every day to keep the frequency of wealth activated. Because yes, in wealth has a language, and now you know the code.